Like him coming after my family and hurting other kids. That's my biggest fear. I don't want another kid to go through what I did.
We can't show you his face or tell you his real name, but he was Stephen Robinson's 9th child victim. He was 12 at the time, he's 23 now, and was shocked when a Hamilton police detective showed up at his door yesterday to give him the news.
His time in jail is up and he's coming back to Hamilton.
The attack happened here 11 years ago at this apartment building on Duke Street. The victim, we'll call him Mike, was living here with his stepfather. Stephen Robinson was also a tenant in this building. Mike says Robinson groomed him before the attack, gave him gifts, and boosted his self-confidence. Then one day, the man invited the child into his apartment.
He was like, "Do you want to come to my apartment?" And I said, okay, and then things escalated from there.
What happened next, Mike says, has tormented him for years. It's caused him to suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, nightmares, and depression. But he kept the attack secret, as many victims of sexual assault do.
He said if I told anybody that he'd come after me and my family. So I didn't say anything for 5 years.
It was only when Mike saw Robinson on a city bus 5 years later that he had the courage to tell his family what happened. He wanted to keep other kids safe. Mike's grandfather says hearing that the serial sex offender is coming back has triggered so much worry and fear.
I don't understand how this can happen. I really don't. The guy's going to get to come back and traumatize every victim that he's ever traumatized. Like, it's a horrible thing for anybody to have to go through, but to have to relive it over and over again, it's terrible.
Robinson was sentenced to 7 years for his crimes. He's currently in jail in BC. Hamilton police told me that they heard he wants to come back to the city, but that the move hasn't been confirmed yet. Meanwhile, the victim says a parole officer in British Columbia told him that Robinson is coming back on April 1st.
I was terrified.
The victim and police are currently working on a restraining order, but Mike says it's not enough to feel safe in his own community. Kelly Botelho, CHCH News.